I am going to show up. I made a promise to myself that I'm going to show up and make content for a crocheter who wants to sell at craft shows. I'm going to show up every day and help this one person. And if it only helps this one person, I'm going to continue showing up.
Welcome on the Crochet Podcast, the podcast to learn everything about your favorite crochet creator. In today's episode, I'm welcoming Camryn from CAMRYNSCUTECREATIONS on social media. Her energy is so amazing, and if you are thinking about doing your first craft market and you need some advice, her experience will be so helpful. Let's meet Camryn. Hi Camryn, thank you so much for accepting to be the new guest on the Crochet Podcast. I am so happy to have you today. Are you having a good day?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited about this.
Of course, it's been forever. We follow each other and talk and stuff. So I'm so happy to finally have you on the Crochet Podcast.
Totally, me too.
So for people who don't know you already, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. So I'm Camryn and I run my own crochet business called Camryn's Cute Creations. And I sell primarily at craft shows. So I make a lot of wearables and I've kind of been dipping into the plushie world recently and I sell a lot at craft shows. I don't sell as much online anymore as far as my physical crochet products, but I launched a YouTube channel and I help other crocheters sell at craft shows. So that's kind of the other side of my business. And that's kind of a little background of what I do.
I think it's so interesting to have you on the podcast because I try to have a wide range of creators and you are very different than everybody else we see on Instagram and on social media. And because you do craft show and your business is about selling at craft show, while a lot of people, they want to do crochet patterns and stuff. Can you please explain a little bit more about why you decide to do craft show and not to sell online or not to make crochet patterns too much?
Definitely. Yeah. So I found that selling at craft shows, selling crochet at craft shows was the thing that proved to me that I could do this full time, that I could actually pursue this and make income from this, because before that I was on Etsy. I flopped on Etsy. I did not do well at all. I always joke I had a couple of people buy, my mom and my grandma, but really it was not working for me. And so I tried a craft show about 6 months into running my business, which was back in 2019. When I started, I was a college student. I tried a craft show and I make more money in that craft show than I did on organic sales in the past 6 months on Etsy, because I just failed on Etsy. But it was a lot. And I was like, wow, that was what proved to me that I could actually do this. And I'm so extroverted. I love talking with people. It's so much fun. And so I just lit up at that show. I enjoyed it so much. And I realized that there's so much possibility in selling at craft shows. And I started doing a lot of research behind the scenes, okay, I want to sell at craft shows. I want to learn more. And I realized there was just not very many resources out there about how to sell them, especially as crocheters. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own YouTube channel and share my experiences and try to help other makers as well sell at craft shows, because it was such a pivotal moment in my career and just helped me pursue it full time. In 2021, when I graduated, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to crochet full time and selling at craft shows with that main stream of income for me. Since I am selling more patterns now and kind of diversifying what I'm doing, but my main thing is definitely craft shows. Yeah.
I think that's so interesting because we always hear different stuff, and when I started, I was so convinced that, I have to write crochet patterns, And then when I got your account, I was like, oh my God, that's so interesting because you do so well and you say you have a full-time living and everything with it. So I think it's so inspiring for people that you, according to your personality, you can choose whatever business you actually want and it can actually work.
Definitely. I agree. And even I know some people are like, I don't want to sell patterns. I don't want to do that. And
Yeah.
I used to be like that. I do enjoy doing it, but it is like you get to pick and choose what fits you and your business and also just your lifestyle and how much time you have to
Yes.
give to it. That's another reason I really love the craft shows is selling online with my Etsy. There was that maintenance of it and oh, somebody put in an order. I feel that pressure to like ship it as soon as possible and
Yes.
all of that. But with a craft show, you make things on your own time. You know in your head, okay, I have that show on that day. I have plenty of time. You prep for it on your own time and then you just sell what you have and you're not having to deal with custom stuff if that's not really your thing.
Yeah, because shipping is such. Sometimes I sell my creation, just the one I make for pattern, and just the
Yeah.
shipping of it is such an hassle. Like I'm like, oh my
Yes.
god, you just wish you could give it to them
I
directly.
know,
So
I'm
I
like,
totally understand
please.
like how easy it is, and also like you do like in terms of pricing, it's also cheaper, I guess, for the consumer because there is no shipping, right?
Definitely. Yeah. You don't have to do that. That was like a really big benefit of doing craft shows is I
Yes.
do not like packaging things. I mean, it's kind of fun at the beginning when I made it all cute, but then it was just such a hassle to go to the post office. Shipping prices went up and I wanted to share my stuff with people, but it was once I started doing the craft shows, it was like, no, we're not doing shipping anymore. If you want it, you
Yes.
can like we can meet up in town or just come to a craft show and get it there. And it is way cheaper for my customers because they're not having to pay that shipping price. And then it's
Yes.
also just less time that I have to spend and they have to wait for it. Like it's an instant thing that they get. So I love
And you
that.
meet the person in person, which
Yes.
I think is amazing. Like I always tell my husband I like writing crochet patterns, but sometimes I feel so secluded. I'm like, okay, I talk to people on Instagram all day, but I never saw nobody. So I
Yep.
totally understand like the need of like wanting to do markets and meet your consumer, your audience. Do you ever meet like some of your like audience?
Yes, once in a while I will. It's super fun. I'll be like,
That's so
wait,
cool.
I've seen you on Instagram. Or it's funny, somebody once noticed my husband because I post a lot about him helping
Yes.
behind the scenes. He goes, wait, I saw a reel of you like carrying this big bin. Or he goes, yep, that was me. But it's kind of fun. Yeah.
That's so nice. So your husband is helping you in all the markets you do?
Yeah, I kind of roped him into it.
That's good.
uh,
It's like a free employee.
free labor. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're kind of in a weird position right now where my business is doing so well. He's not really loving what he's doing, and so we're kind of like slowly incorporating him to like help more behind the scenes in the business. Like he does other tasks like edit my
Wow.
YouTube videos and things like that. So
That's
I've
so
been slowly,
inspiring.
yeah, I've
Because
been
if your
slowly giving
husband
him
doesn't
tasks.
really like what he does, like, let's
Yeah,
get into your business.
definitely. I'm like, yeah, if you want to do that, he loves and something I really love about my business is the time freedom it gives me. And I
Yes.
get to make my own choices, my own schedule. And he loves that too. He's a teacher right now. And he's like,
Yeah.
I have to go there from this time to this time every day. And I'm like, you know what? You can work with me and
Yeah.
you can make your own schedule. But we're kind of in the beginning stages of figuring that out. But
That's so cool. I hope it
yeah,
happens for you guys. And I think it's so important in the couples that both people are happy. So if he can be happy in your business, like, I think it's amazing. We thought about
totally.
it with my husband too. It's crazy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's so awesome.
It's like I could edit your videos, and I'm like, yes, go
Yeah,
ahead, please
you're
do
like, do
it.
it.
So can I ask you how many markets do you do like average in a month?
Yeah, definitely. So I set up my markets kind of seasonally. So this time of year is kind of more of my off season where I am
Okay.
prepping a ton of product. And then I start doing a ton of them in fall and winter. And so on
Okay.
average, I do about like 20 to 30 full days of setting up at shows throughout the entire year. This time of year,
Oh,
I'll sign up for a couple. Like I have one in June, but then once it hits fall, it's like every weekend I'm setting up at shows and I'm selling a
okay.
lot of my product. And so that's just kind of the way I've set it up behind the scenes. And I'm kind of trying to do less shows, but do the ones that I sell better at because it's the whole idea of, we can only physically make so many items. So
Yes.
I might as well be selling and like setting up at less shows and making more at them than setting up at every single show that's possible, and having some that are like, oh, I only sold a couple things, you know, and
Okay.
having kind of trying to balance that. And so it's kind of funny, the last couple of years I've actually been doing less shows, but doing more as far as profits go in those shows, just because I'm able to find the ones that I sell best
Yeah.
at and know what to make to sell at them. So
Yeah, so you learn with experience like what sells. And so would you recommend like for someone who wants to start market, for example, I never did
yeah,
the market, would you
yeah.
tell me like the first year do as much as you can so you can see which market is the best, or what would you recommend for me if it was my first
Yeah,
year?
definitely. I feel like there's no wrong way to do it, and it's just like an individual thing, right? Like, how much time do you want to give to it? Do you want to make this like a big thing, like a big income for your business, or is this something like you said, like maybe I just want to get out of the house
Yeah.
sometimes and talk with people, you know? And so, if I were to start over again, and I guess kind of what I had done is sign up for literally everything and just
Okay.
get that initial experience, because you learn so much just by doing. You know, you learn so much of, oh, this is how that works, or oh, there's like kind of etiquette things that go on behind the scenes, and vendors and the way they interact. It's a whole community in itself. If you can
Okay.
get yourself in there and just do as many as you can, of course, not overdoing it, like burning yourself out, but doing as many as you possibly can, you are going to get on like a fast track to growth, as far as, okay, now I know, don't do that one, do that one, don't do that one, you know. And that just kind of helps you get started, just that first year. And then, yeah, you don't have to do as many once you know. But it's kind
Yes,
of one of those things, is we don't know until we try it and do
of
it.
course, yeah.
And there's a little risk involved, but it's kind of part of the fun.
And and how do you find like the inspiration? I know it's important not to have the same product as every other makers. Like I know it's always something that comes up. Oh my God, the table next to me had the same thing. So how do
Yes.
you find the balance between making something that is trendy but making also something a little bit different?
Hmm. Definitely. So I I know even in my area, there's a lot of other makers, which I love. Like, I love this. I love the community aspect where they're making, you know, the Oak and Marlow chickens have been really popular, and little bees, little plushy bees.
Yes.
And I just think that the open communication with other creators is so important. Like, when you go to a show and you see they're selling something similar to you, just be like, oh my goodness, like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know we were going to be right next to each other. Like, I'll take these away. Or like, just having that, like, maybe you
Okay.
lose out on a couple of sales, but it's like, it really, like, having that community with other, I always say the community over competition, right? Like, having
Yes.
that is, you're going to go so much farther than if you like get in your head, which I used to be like that. I used to be like,
Yes.
oh my goodness, somebody next to me is selling something the same color, same size for half the price. And I would get like all like stressed out about
Stressed
it.
out.
Yeah, but really, it was this one show I did the first year I was doing shows, and it was my first like craft show, official craft show, and there was a lot of people selling really cheap beanies, and my beanies were at $45, and there was beanies being sold for $10, and I got so in my head about it. But I literally at that show still sold out of all of my beanies. And so it's kind of having that abundance mindset where it's like, there is enough for everybody. You're gonna have people that click with you, and even if
Yes.
you're making the same things as somebody else, they made that thing and you made this thing, and so that in itself differentiates you from them. Like, it might be the same pattern that you're following, but you're the one who made it. And so
Yes.
just another kind of thing to keep in mind.
So having a big smile on your face, being kind to people, you for sure helps.
Yes. Yes. Oh, so it's so important. I've even had moments like, especially during my totally busy season where, you know, weekend after weekend, I'm setting up these markets, and yeah, I'll have a kind of a bad day, or I'm lower energy, and I won't be smiling as much, or I won't be greeting people as much. You see a dip in your sales. Like, I always say, like, get off your
Oh,
phone. Like, do not, like, don't sit there on your phone all nervous, you know. And I used to be like that sometimes
yeah.
too, but I recognize, oh my goodness, market day, I need to be full energy, I need to be happy. Even if things are going wrong today, we're gonna like set that aside, and
Yes.
like not let it affect you too much, because it will affect your sales. It's the craziest thing.
Yes, I feel people can feel your vibes no matter what, when
Totally.
you try. But I feel it's the same. I don't know if you think the same, but like even online, like when you try to make a reel and stuff, if you don't feel 100%, it's the same thing. You have the feeling like your
Yep.
audience can feel it anyway.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. It's so true.
Yeah. So like you will say the vibes, the product. So what's your best seller product?
Totally. So I have some plushies that have been my bestsellers, then I have some wearables that have been my bestsellers. So definitely I have this little velvet beanie. It's a newborn beanie with double palms.
It
That
is
one.
so cute.
Yeah, that's like my signature seller. Like it sells out every time. I cannot keep up on the inventory. The little pink, it's just so cute. And
Yes.
people love the velvet, like the soft stuff. That's another benefit of doing crafts. They can feel everything, especially if you're
Yes.
using that soft yarn.
Yeah.
And so that is definitely my best seller as far as wearables. And I do matching mommy and me sets for those as well. And
Yeah.
as far as the plushies go, which I'm kind of new into dipping into that world, but the chickens and the bees, and like I said, even though everybody in my area and everybody it feels like online too sells those, I still sell them every single time. So just
But
another
I
kind of,
noticed the
yeah.
chicken is good because it's really fast to make, right?
Oh, totally.
Oh
Yeah. So
yeah,
when
I've
you're
seen
market
that.
prepping, you want to find like really quick makes and also ones that are kind of easy to memorize and you can make on repeat. The chicken pattern, oh my goodness, it's my favorite because you like cannot get that pattern wrong. I always say it like whenever I see anybody, any skill level, any colors they're using, any way they do the face, it's always cute. Like it's always cute no matter what. So
Yes, I see it everywhere on social media, and I think I'm like, oh, it seems so easy and fast to make. So yeah, makers definitely need like easy pattern and fast patterns to
totally.
make. I always make like patterns that takes a long time and stuff, and I'm like, I
But
feel
they're
bad
so
if you have
cool.
to make that for for markets because it takes
Right?
forever.
But those are cool, like one of a kind pieces. And even I encourage people to have those still. If you really enjoy making those and want to bring them to a show, obviously you're gonna have to charge more if you're
Yeah,
charging for your time and all of that. But it's kind of cool to draw in customers and
yeah,
show your level of expertise, you know, and
that's
show
true.
your
Yes.
skill. Yeah.
And he can make you a little bit different, I guess, too. So,
Totally. Like just different from the competition for sure.
and I have a question, which is actually personal because I wanted to do a market last summer, and and I remember the person who organized the market. They told me like, oh, I needed to buy a table and a tent, and I
Uh-huh.
was like, so I went on like Costco website, and it was super expensive, and I
Hmm.
got scared a little bit by it, so I canceled it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's necessary like to buy all this stuff like for your first market if you just want to start by one?
Totally. Okay, so I will say my first market, I borrowed a canopy from my dad. It was like neon blue. It was
Okay.
so not my style. I
Yeah.
borrowed his camping chairs that had like college football. Like I used a table, actually the table I'm sat at right now. This dining room table I have the legs fold in. It's like a card table. I used that. Like I was using things that I had already had or borrowing them for my first market because I was the same way. I'm like, I don't want to invest a ton of
Yes, I
money
got
into
scared a
this. Like,
little bit. I was like, oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
god.
definitely. I will say, like, if you are doing an outdoor show, that having a canopy is like I say it's a must. Like you need a canopy,
Okay.
no matter what the weather, it always protects you. Canopy and weights. And that's the hardest thing I feel like to purchase because it's going to be the biggest investment. Also, just like borrow. Sometimes, though, an event will say you can rent one for a certain amount of
Yes,
fee, which is
that's
super
what I
awesome.
thought I could do. Yes, that
Yeah,
would have been better. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And then a table's off also something you'll want, but that's a little bit lower and of a price point. So it's not as big of an investment if you did need to get one of those. But a lot of the places too, if you're set up indoors at a craft show, they'll say
Yeah.
you can rent a table for 10, 20, $30, you know, and just if you're just trying it out, you might as
Yeah.
well.
So you don't
Yeah,
have to go all in. Like that's what scared me. I'm very scared of like engagement, and I was like, oh my god.
totally.
I'm like, I cannot buy all these things because I didn't know
No,
if I will
yeah.
do it again. So okay, that's good to know. Like you can rent it or like borrowing it. Yeah, thank you for that.
Hmm. Of course, yeah.
I
No,
think
it's
a lot
scary.
of
And
people are scared like by
yeah,
markets and stuff.
well,
So
they'll look at my inventory or like my displays and be like, "Oh my goodness, like I'm not gonna have that." this has been, I mean, I've been in business for over 5 years. This is me slowly incorporating things. Like, it did not start like that. I think I need to share like my first market photo more often, because it was not, yeah, I will send it to you. It was not anything like what it looks now. But you know what's the craziest part is, that show I still sold amazing at. I had, I think, 20 to 30 items in my inventory. I did not have that much stuff prepped. I pretty much bootstrapped it together. You know, I got like my dad's canopy, my random, I forgot tablecloths, and I bought just like these random picnic tablecloths in the parking lot. There was a grocery store, so I ran over and grabbed them. It was like I just threw it together, and I still have the success. So it's just kind of that reminder. It doesn't have to be picture perfect. You know, it doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy.
Okay.
You're just getting started, and just, you know, see how it goes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's very helpful. Thank you so much for that. And
Of
I'm
course.
like, okay, maybe I'm gonna try actually.
You should do it. Yeah. They're so fun.
Yeah. I used to work in retail, and I really miss like sometimes this contact with people. So I really want to try like at least one market, you know, just to see and try. So you are my inspiration.
Yay! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you.
I will let you know how it goes.
Yes, keep me updated.
So, you know, like nowadays, even if you have a physical business and you go physically to the market, you are pretty big on social media, and you know, you share a lot of information on social media. Do you think today is social media is like a big part of your business?
Yeah, definitely now. But when I was first growing, like when I graduated in 2021, when I pursued my business full time, and in that time, I had about 2,000 followers on Instagram, and it was pretty not it, I wasn't really putting a lot of effort into it, and I wasn't really doing much for social media, and I still was able to do it full time. And so I like to share that, like, you don't have to have it. Is it awesome? Is it like free advertising that you can incorporate into your strategy? Yes, absolutely. And I recommend doing that if you have the time and energy to do that, but it isn't necessary. And I think that's what holds a lot of people back. When you're selling at craft shows, the beautiful part is that event, they are marketing that event for you. You don't have to have a huge following and market it. And I don't even market my own events anymore, just because I don't want to be sharing exactly what location I'm going to be at, just like at what point I'm at with my business. And so I don't, yeah, so I don't even do that anymore, and I still find a lot of success at my craft shows. So I don't think the craft shows itself, like, I'm not promoting, oh, I'm going to be here, and I still sell really well. A lot of people who buy from me don't have any idea I have as many followers as I do, you know. And it's funny seeing them like grab a business card, and they're like, wait a second.
Oh my God, you famous.
Like, whoa. Yeah, like, wait a second. I'm like, no. But yeah.
And I know you are selling also like digital products to help seller. Did he help this part of your business to grow on social media?
Yes, totally. So I kind of just my Instagram growth, I one day was just like, I am going to show up. I made a promise to myself that I'm going to show up and make content for a crocheter who wants to sell at craft shows. I'm going to show up every day and help this one person. And if it only helps this one person, I'm going to continue showing up. Like, I made this promise. I knew growing on social media would take a lot of work, consistency. And I showed up and I showed up and I showed up. And it was months of that. And then I started seeing the results of, I started building this community, all of these things. And then I got to the point where I just wanted to help people more. I wanted to give them the strategies that I've used that have helped me, and package them together for them and give them these products. And so that is kind of how I started. You know, I grew this audience of like-minded crocheters, and we all want to grow our business together. And then I started creating products that I knew for sure would help them. And that's kind of what, you know, I started doing that part. And now that is like another, I say I have like a lot of streams of income going on. And that's one of my streams of income. And I'm on YouTube, so that's like a stream of income. I got the craft shows, there's another. So yeah.
And it's always something that balance it out. Like when you say like you don't have craft show, when you can rely on something else. So I think it's actually a very smart strategy. Can you, talking about like strategy and stuff, can you please, like, do you have a specific background, like, I don't know, like in business or something?
Yeah, totally. So when I was going to college, I got my bachelor's in graphic design. And I originally was gonna go, do graphic design, but that's when I made that decision. No, I'm gonna do my business. And I thought for a little while, like, oh my goodness, my graphic design degree was such a waste of time. Like, why did I spend so much time and money doing this? And I realized that me building my website, me creating graphics for social media,
It's
me creating
everywhere.
these products,
Yeah.
it's everywhere. And I was like, oh wow, like I actually know how to do this, and it was benefiting me in my business in a way I had no idea. It was just kind of one of those things. And so that's kind of, the graphic design, there's a little bit of marketing in that as well. But I am pursuing my master's right now. So I just finished my first course, but I'm doing digital marketing. So that's just like growing on social media. So that's kind of my new thing that I'm learning more about, just because I love it so much. I'm so interested in it. Yeah.
And
So that's kind
it's
of my
so good
background.
because you can apply all these skills to your business, and
Totally.
is really useful. Mostly nowadays, digital marketing is like, to grow a business is really important, but it's not like, if people are listening, and they are freaking out, oh my God, I don't have a degree. It's totally okay. I've talked to a lot of creators that didn't have like a marketing degree, or
Totally.
like, you don't, it's a plus, I do believe, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do it 100%.
I totally agree. And I feel like it's funny because I've learned a lot in my education, but the most beneficial things that I've learned are through experience. Like I even said, go sign up for a craft show, try them out, because what you're learning there, those experiences are going to be more than what you could have if you just like researched it behind the scenes, like going up and showing and doing the thing. You actually learn so much more. And so, yeah, I definitely, degrees are not essential. And what I'm doing with getting mine is I'm like sharing all the behind the scenes. Like, how does this relate to you in your crochet business? So I'm like, here, let me help you. Like, you don't have to go get this degree. Like, I'm trying to share that information as well. So yeah, it's definitely not necessary, but it's fun.
Yes, it's fun. I have a online marketing degree as well.
Oh, cool.
And I think that was funny because when I first started, I was applying like like the strategies that I've learned at school. And I was like, okay, if I do that, and that, it should work. And so it works until the algorithm change or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and you're
it's
like,
always changing.
And you have to rethink everything. And as you say, experience is also so important, because even if you apply everything, you still have a lot of things to learn in person.
True. Yeah, it's not like it's not like, oh, here's how to do it and you do that for any business. It's not cookie cutter. Like there is like, oh, okay, we'll start here. Here's some strategies, but then it is just adapting and changing. And I totally love that. I love that you have that background too. That's so fun.
Yes. And now it makes me laugh because I remember like having like, a paper of my strategy. And one day, I don't know, I think my engagement was down, and I was like, oh my God, okay, I have to find something else.
You're like, wait, this is actually not working.
And then so TikTok appeared, and it's a whole new like strategy.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Are you on TikTok?
I am not on TikTok. So I started on YouTube and Instagram. And so I've been doing both of those. And I'm kind of like so tunnel vision, like trying to grow on those platforms that I'm like, the idea of another one, I don't even know if I want to deal with it. But I've heard so many things about TikTok and how it's awesome to grow on there. And so I have been thinking about even just reposting some stuff over there and just trying it out. Okay, that's what you do.
Yeah, I don't have a great strategy on TikTok right now.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that then. If that's like just free. I mean,
it's gonna get you some followers for sure, But yeah, we were talking about that with Gina from Crochet by Gina, and she was telling me, she said, I just repost what I post on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing the same. I think it's really. I have the feeling you have like a lot of TikTok creators and Instagram creators, and it's so different platform from one another that you really have to take time to think about a whole new content strategy for TikTok. It's like totally different.
Yeah, definitely. And I've always found like, for me as somebody who just like I use social media myself, like just for personal, just scrolling. I always go to Instagram for like that
Yes.
community aspect, and that's what I really wanted to grow was that community. And I feel like on TikTok, and maybe that's just like me thinking this, but it's less about the community and it's more about like just random videos going viral almost. Like that's kind
Yes,
of
we were
the
talking about the strawberries. I got like 37 million views, and we were
oh
like, okay, well, I'm not doing this kind of content, so I don't
yeah
know what to do, you know?
yeah exactly yeah totally.
But I think YouTube is great. I'm on YouTube too, and like when you want to share information in like a long video content and stuff like that, I think like YouTube is very interesting, and I think for you it's even more interesting because you have so many infos and you have so many things to share. So YouTube is great for that, right?
Totally. Yeah. I love YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is awesome for just creating, like you said, like educational things and packaging it together and just making it like something that if someone wants to dive deeper and learning how to sell at craft shows, Instagram is where we connect, we have fun,
Yes.
there's like a community aspect there, but YouTube is like, do you want to get like these strategies? Do you want to implement this in your business and learn more and go deeper? That's kind of what I use YouTube for. I love YouTube. It's so much fun. And I love it as, again, just like somebody who uses YouTube and looks up everything on there. But
Yes.
yeah,
And it's long. I always feel like it's more a long-term relationship with your audience because on
totally.
Instagram I follow and follow people all the time. Like sometimes I
Hmm.
like their content for a while, and sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, well I'm gonna follow you. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
sometimes it's super short term and everything goes fast. It's a lot of
yeah.
videos. And YouTube is great to build like this like long-term relationship with your audience.
Totally. I agree. And even just like if you think of the shelf life over like how long this post is even staying on your feed on Instagram, it's like 24 hours and it's just like getting pushed back.
Yes.
It's not like somebody's going to go back and look at your post from a year ago, but YouTube, the craziest thing that I've noticed that now that I've been on there for over a year, is I still have people going back and watching those videos from a year ago.
Yes.
And even when I wasn't monetized back then and having ads on my channel because my channel was too small for that, now that now I actually have ads on those videos. So those videos that before
Yes.
weren't, like they are actually bringing in some revenue now, which is super cool. And there's not like really opportunity for that on Instagram as
No,
much.
yes.
Yeah.
On Instagram, you just produce to grow visibly, I will say.
Yep.
But like YouTube
Hmm.
is really good. I have the feeling every time I post a video on YouTube, I'm building something else,
Yes.
like a new rock to my house or something,
Totally. I love that. Yeah.
yeah, I would recommend like YouTube for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people can be scared by it. But
Hmm.
honestly, if you have stuff to say, just go on YouTube because
Just say it.
it's
Yeah.
always something interesting to get from a YouTube video. I've learned so much from YouTube. It's crazy.
Totally. And I think a lot of people, me included, like got in my head, I need to have the perfect camera setup. I need to have the perfect
Oh
lighting
yes.
setup. I literally filmed for the first over year on my iPhone. Like, and I recently
Yes.
got a camera just because I was like, oh, like I want to improve my video quality.
Of
Like I'm
course,
at that
yes.
point. But when I was getting started, I was just really trying not letting that stuff hold me back from getting started because you don't need that stuff to get started on YouTube. There's
True.
people
Yes.
that have been doing it for years and they still film on their phone. I still
I
do
do.
vlogs on my
I
phone because
do.
it's
All
easy.
my
Yeah,
tutorials are
yeah.
from my iPhone. Yeah.
It's because the iPhone cameras are way like really
They're
really good and
good.
they're
Yeah.
totally capable of doing videos. So it's not
Yes.
yeah, definitely don't think like, "Oh, I need this, I need that." Literally, you could I mean, to the listeners, like you could start a YouTube channel today. Like you could do that. You could film your first video, you could upload it. Like it's not something that I think we all overthink it. Like, "Oh, it's going to take this, so we got to set up this, and got to do that."
Yes.
Like yeah, but that stuff is again like by taking the action and starting to it all pieces together and you learn as you do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, you are so
Yeah.
right. And even like the editing, someone texted me last time and they were like, oh my God, I edit my video? And I said, don't worry, you don't need to learn. Like my husband used like a very professional software for his
Yeah.
video. And I use the software from the MacBook Pro, like just, I
Yes.
don't know how
Yeah.
it's called, but you don't need crazy editing skills, you know.
No, you definitely
You're not
don't.
making
And
a long movie. Like, it's
no,
okay.
definitely. Yeah. And even I just even there's videos that you could film and you really don't even need to edit either, you know? And so if
Yes,
you're like,
if
if
you
that's holding you
talk.
back, yeah,
Yeah.
just sit down, talk. If you mess up a little bit, that's okay. You're human, you know? And like, yes, you can go back and edit those pieces if you want, but if you don't want to or you don't know how yet, it's just something that it's the getting started part that I think is so hard for a lot of people. It was really hard for me.
Yes.
I've been wanting to be like a YouTuber
Yeah.
since I was a kid. Like, I thought that would be the
They
coolest
are the
thing.
coolest people.
Yeah, what? I want to be that. And then even when I started my business, oh, I could vlog this. Oh, but I don't have this. Oh, I would have. No, I don't know how to edit. You know, it was all those things that
Yes.
I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. It's not going to be perfect. I got to do it anyways. So,
Yes.
yeah.
That's so true. And also, I feel it could put a lot of pressure. Like, as I say, for the market, for example, like if I have bought everything and spent like $1,000, I would have been so stressed to make it work, you know?
Totally.
And
Yeah.
I think sometimes when you put less pressure, like even for your first YouTube video, it's just easier, and don't put pressure on yourself, like,
Yeah,
for
definitely.
sure. It
Just
makes things
try to
worse.
totally. Like, and I even say that, like, doing your first video or doing your first craft show, go into it with a mindset like, my expectations are low. You know, maybe not a ton of people view this video, or maybe not a ton of people shop at my show. But if you have that, like, I don't want to like say like, oh, like lower your standards. It's not that, but it's like having that like, I'm doing this for fun and I'm doing this to learn. Like, if you can have
Yes.
those be your goals instead of I need views and I need money, you know, those
That's
will
not gonna
come.
happen anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
those will come with time and,
yes.
you know, all that, but it's not, yeah, like, you need to have, I guess, kind of change your mindset about that, but yeah.
The first YouTube video is very humbling. Generally, like, you get like 3 views, and it's you, your husband, and so
Yeah. My
it's
mom,
okay.
yeah.
We all started with 3 views, and the same
Mhm.
for reels. You know, like when you make your first reel, you're gonna get 5 views, and it's
Yeah,
totally okay. Everybody
yeah.
started like that, I feel.
Everybody started, I always think that too, like, anybody that you see that you really look up to, really successful, the feelings that you're having now and like the doubts you're having now, or those like, you know, getting started and only having 5 views, they all had that, you know, and they
Yes.
did it anyways and they kept going. And so it's just kind of that reminder for me and my, you know, even where I'm at in my business, I see these other people. I'm like, how did they get there? Okay, well, they were feeling the same doubts I'm having and they did it anyways. And so
Yes.
it's just kind of that, again, just a mindset thing for
Yes.
sure.
And they are challenging along the way every time, not like everything comes like together once.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And also on YouTube, I don't know if you know, like, there is a section when you go like on the YouTuber page, you can see their oldest video. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, no.
I discovered that like a month ago, and so that's been my thing. I go to all my favorite YouTuber and I look at their
Uh-huh.
oldest videos, and that's so funny because you, as we said, like, they had no setups, they didn't know how to talk, and
Yeah,
I think like if you want to start a YouTube channel, check out your favorite YouTuber oldest video. Like,
I love that. That's
it's
such a,
and
I'm
it's
gonna
so
start doing that.
funny. It's so funny. You should check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna do that,
Yeah.
but don't do it on my
Don't
page.
look mine.
No.
Mine
Have you
was bad.
have
And
you
I think
ever
it
like
was in
watched?
French because I was scared
Oh
to
yeah.
talk English. So
Have you ever watched your old videos like now? Like, do you ever go back?
I I'm
I
like,
avoid them.
why? Why?
Why does it's okay just to see how far we've come. But I always
Yeah.
think this too. I'm like, in 2 years or a year from now, I'm gonna look back of the videos I was making now and be like, oh, that's so cringe, you know. And I just know that. I know
Yes.
because you're gonna keep growing.
And
So
you have to be
yeah,
proud of the process, like, is so
definitely.
important, like, and you know, like, sometimes even like looking at your first pictures and stuff on Instagram really helps, and I'm like, oh
Oh,
yeah, I got
totally.
better actually, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Or even just looking like with my first booth that I did, I look at it now and I go, oh my goodness, like, how did it get from this to this? You know, it's
Yeah.
the years and years of doing the work in between, but it's such a cool, like, side by side, you know, seeing those next
Yes.
to each other.
Yeah, it's for sure make me proud when I do that. Everybody
I love that.
should do it.
Yes, I love it.
So what would you say is like the best part of your job and the worst part of your job?
Ooh, okay. I think the best part is connecting with people. I think I have two of the best parts is being able to create things that I love and connect with people
Yes.
that I also love. Like I just love connecting with like-minded people, other crocheters, but even at my events, if you don't crochet, just like connecting and having those conversations with people, so much fun, so fulfilling, and I love it so much. And then being able to create as well, like that I get to crochet, make things, it's so fulfilling. And you know it, like when
Yes.
you finish something, it's just the best feeling. But I even look at it like on the social media side of things too, is I get to be creative, like coming up with real
Yeah.
ideas and YouTube video ideas. Like that's another way I
You
get to
get the
be
best of
creative.
both worlds.
Totally. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, what do I not like in my business? Oh man, I feel like for sure for me, it's finishing products. Like I have the worst habit of just making a bunch of items and throwing them in bins. And then I had to deal with weaving in all the ends at once because I'm market prepping
Yeah.
like all these things. And I throw them, I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm halfway done with that. I ran out of yarn over here. And then I'm like left with this disaster of like just everything. And yes. So that's definitely, it's not fun.
The weaving party, but I don't
Yeah,
think nobody finds it fun. Like,
I
if
know.
someone is listening to the podcast, and please comment if you like weaving.
And
Like,
tell us like why. Tell us how to like it. I want to like it. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because once you do finish it, it is that feeling where it's finished. That's like the good feeling, you know, the dopamine hit. But it's like
it's like the
getting
middle
to that.
part.
Yeah, it's like it's that last part. I gotta get done. But yeah, I was joking with my husband. I'm like, hey, if you do work for me, I'm gonna teach you how to weave in my ends and
Yes.
finish all my
And you have to
products.
tell him, that's the best part of crochet.
It's
I'm
so
being so
fun.
generous with you.
I just don't have time for it anymore, but I'm so sad. Like it's the best part. Yeah, totally.
I think he will realize pretty fast that
Yeah.
that's not the best part.
I totally like what? Definitely.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all your experience. I really love your energy. I mean, I love your energy on your social media account. I'm really always inspired, and I may start doing at least one market thanks to
I
you.
want
So
you to. Yes. Oh my goodness, that'd be so fun.
so thank you so much, Camryn. Is there anything else you want to add, like telling me maybe about a future project or something?
Totally. Yeah. So, you know, the little future project I'm working on behind the scenes is a digital course on how to sell crochet at
Yes,
craft shows.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm like in the beginning stages of piecing this together, but that's kind of my big project that I'm working on.
It's a lot of
Um,
work, I bet.
yes, totally. There's a lot that goes into it that I didn't realize, but it's been fun. It's just another thing where I'm like, okay, we're figuring it out as we
Yeah,
go.
you
But
learn as you go.
yes, totally. So that's kind of my big project. And then I've got a lot of big shows coming up. So I've got one in June coming up and I'm prepping for that. And so
Okay.
I'm gonna start vlogging behind the scenes of if any of the listeners are interested of seeing any behind the scenes of how to prep for craft show, because there's a lot that goes into that as
I
well. That's
will
on my
put your
YouTube
link
channel.
in the description, yeah,
Yes.
if you guys want to
Yeah.
check it out. Even
So
I'm gonna check it out. I'm super
yes.
curious.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I
Of
had so
course,
much fun.
Camryn. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, and thank you for your energy. I love it.
Of course.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this new episode of the Crochet Podcast. Don't forget to follow Camryn on all our social platforms, Camryn's Cute Creations, on Instagram and YouTube. And don't forget to follow my YouTube channel to have access to all the episodes of the Crochet Podcast. I see you very soon for a new episode. Take care and bye-bye.